Warriors. While the majority of us are replenished from a much-needed block leave, as I speak, nearly 800 Warriors from our brigade are just redeploying from Camp Grayling, Michigan, where they conducted a 21-day combined arms exercise with some of our National Guard partner units. Still another 140 soldiers from 7th Engineers are deployed in support of contingency missions abroad.
This signifies the fact that even during times of rest and recovery, there is always someone somewhere preparing for and fighting for the freedoms that we all appreciate.
Last quarter, we transitioned from reset phase to train and ready phase with individual and team-focused training. I'd sum up the third quarter borrowing from the Rangers' motto, Warriors lead the way. During third quarter, we had several individual and organizational highlights where members of the Warrior Brigade truly led the way. Along this theme, we had several accomplishments worth acknowledging. We're proud of Captain Sider of 171 and Captain McMurray of Triple Deuce, both of whom are selected for service in the elite 75th Ranger Regiment.
7 other Warriors earned their Ranger tabs. It's important to note that these new Rangers weren't just leaders. Just ask Specialist Barstad and Private Hickey of Triple Deuce, 2 junior enlisted soldiers. Nor was it just combat arms soldiers. Just talk to Captain Barrett, former commander of Charlie, 1st BSTB, who was a signal officer. These Warriors demonstrated that being a Ranger, being the best of the best, is not limited to rank or military occupational specialty. Our brigade led the way this quarter with expert infantryman badge training and testing for the post and the division. The EIB is the badge of excellence for those who wear the blue cord. The attrition rate was just under 91%, with 63 out of 765 soldiers successfully completing all requirements to earn the badge. 23 awardees qualifying true blue.
An equally esteemed achievement is the Expert Field Medical Badge, for which our brigade led the way with testing. We're proud of 1st Lieutenant Kearney of 171, who was the only one of 12 soldiers to earn the badge during testing for the division. Another outstanding individual from the Warrior Brigade, Staff Sergeant Scurry of Triple Deuce, led the way by excelling as a performer in the 2014 U.S. Army Soldier Show. In addition to the many individual achievements, we also had several significant collective events.
Many soldiers were selected for promotions this quarter, but 3-6 led the way with their NCO induction ceremony for 16 newly promoted sergeants, a tradition that has often been tabled due to the high op tempo during the last 12 years our nation has been at war. Alpha Troop 171 earned the CG's Marksmanship Streamer, bringing our brigade total to 5 units, maintaining our status as the best shooting brigade in the division.
We conducted our first emergency deployment readiness exercise. The feedback I received from those involved said the exercise was extremely challenging, but equally rewarding. We honored our first brigade volunteers during our volunteer recognition event. We also brought together all of our leaders from brigade level through company level, including our FRG leaders, to discuss our program and build our teams during our FRG symposium. Our brigade's efforts during third quarter were not limited to the gates of Fort Drum.
This quarter, we built upon our strong relationship with our Canadian partners, specifically 171's Spur Ride, in which 146 out of 196 candidates completed the requirements to receive their silver spurs, including 25 Royal Canadian Dragoons. We also dispatched 8 color guard teams from the brigade to represent the division during the various North Country Memorial Day events. 1st BSTB was featured in the Mountaineer and other news outlets for their volunteer efforts to refurbish the Clayton Park during what they called Project Park Rescue.
Major Borsey of 3-6 represented our brigade in the Army well, as ABC featured him in a Father's Day interview on Good Morning America. Even our spouses joined the effort, as 35 Warrior spouses participated in the Warrior Run at Labrador Mountain in Syracuse, demonstrating pride and a desire to work hard and accomplish an objective as a team. We also experienced some major changes.
Specifically, 3-6 became the custodians of the 6th Field Artillery Regimental Colors, and we officially welcomed the 7th Engineer Battalion into the brigade during their patch and pin ceremony. Mountain Fest continued the Warrior Brigade's routine of leading the way this quarter. 1st Brigade soldiers and teams showed outstanding spirit during Mountain Fest events, which resulted in us winning this year's Commander's Cup.
If you've had the chance to visit our brigade headquarters, you'll now see the results of a recently completed building renovation, bringing about passion and pride in the appearance of our brigade commensurate with its prestigious legacy of service. We held an open house for our families to share in that pride and see some of the hooest stuff their soldiers use every day. Finally, we concluded the quarter in tribute to our fallen, recognizing our Gold Star families who continue to bear the pain of their loss.
As we shift to the fourth quarter, our primary focus is the progression through squad, platoon, and company level training in preparation for our annual training exercise, Mountain Peak, which begins the first week of October. To accomplish this, we have a lot of training planned, aimed at assessing and improving our individual and unit level competencies. These include multiple sticks lanes, live fire, and field training exercises. 171 will continue to foster a relationship with our Canadian comrades, this time with an FTX in Canada, Operation Go Springbok.
Also, we will host future Army officers as part of Cadet Troop Leadership Training Program. Our contributions to this program are essential to giving the Army's future leaders a great and realistic perspective of our Army and a solid starting point for their careers. Not to mention, throughout all of these events, we will continue the training associated with our fielding of our communication systems upgrade, Capability Set 14. The brigade will go through some turbulence because of transformation in the summer PCS cycle. While we will gain significant numbers with the additions of 132 infantry and an additional artillery battery in 3-6, we'll have some steep learning curves due to personnel turnover.
Despite the increased op tempo, our 7 enduring priorities will remain the same. First, the welfare of our warrior soldiers and families is paramount. That said, I encourage you to take full advantage of strong bonds and other events that build the family. Leader development is second, and there are several opportunities to get better throughout the quarter. In my opinion, Ranger School is the premier leadership school in the Army, so get yourself ready and let your leaders know you want to go. Other development opportunities are planned as well, but I ask you to think of ways to become a well-rounded professional soldier.
This leads us to number 3, which includes tactically competent squads and platoons. If you're doing what's necessary as an individual and you put in the time with your small units, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be at our best this quarter. And being our best means being ready, which is number 4. Everything we're doing is so that we're ready to rapidly deploy on short notice, and we'll test this by conducting another emergency deployment readiness exercise, continuing to build upon the one from last quarter. Next, building the team, our warrior team, is essential, and this happens through teamwork, camaraderie, and esprit de corps.
Furthermore, it's important that every member of our brigade thinks critically, is adaptive, and is empowered. This goes for leaders and soldiers. Finally, physical toughness and mental resilience is unquestionably fundamental to the success of our brigade. There are countless programs and resources that help us stay ready and resilient. We all must do our part to ensure we're doing what's necessary to stay in the fight.
As I stated already, this quarter is well underway. I look forward to serving with you and accomplishing our near-term objectives, leading into a successful Mountain Peak and beyond. Let's stay Army strong as we all climb to glory. Find a way or make one.